Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Loretta. Today I want to talk to you about homelessness and deviant behavior. My topic is going to be on homelessness and addiction. The purpose of the speech is to help us become aware of is how drug addiction and homelessness is real, and how it can affect our families, our children, and U.S. as citizens. Most people facing homelessness has a substance abuse problem that can lead them to homelessness. When a person is addicted to drugs, they spend a great deal of time finding ways to finance their addiction. Some people work and spend all their whole paycheck on drugs. They stop paying their bills. They lose interest in hygiene, keeping their house clean, and most important, they are hanging around people who they would never hang around when they were doing the drugs. Would people find themselves homeless because an addiction is becoming widespread? According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration of 2003, they estimate 38% of homeless people are dependent on alcohol and 26% abuse other drugs. Alcohol abuse is more common in older generations, while the drug abuse is more common in homeless youth and young adults. Dinko and Pratt of 2007. Substance abuse is more common among homeless people, is much more common during homeless people than in a general population. According to the 2006 National Household Survey of the Drug Use Health NSDUH, 15% of people above the age 12 report using drugs within the past year, and 8% report using drugs within the past month. According to Dinko and Pratt, drugs addiction does not only cause homelessness for adults, but for youth and young adults. As the youth fill the streets and they do not have a decent place to stay, they find themselves turning to the streets, to people who care nothing about them. Their lives become unmanageable, and they're even turn to drugs and alcohol to cope, to survive. Most drug addicts start using at a very early age, simply because they have a lack of support of where they need to go, except they don't have any place to go except in the streets. And when addicts start touching our youth, they turn to people who will make their situations worse. To support their drugs and addiction, a lot of youth turn to prostitution, stealing, robbery, burglary, sometimes even murder, not realizing the consequences that their behavior until it is too late. The conclusion of my story is, let us be mindful and be aware that homeless and addiction starts at a very early age, and if people do not seek help, they're young, they will find themselves still facing an addiction 20 to 30 years later. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
It's
appreciate
very
you
informative.
listening, and you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.